Hello, and welcome to another Square Table Gaming Discusses. Or I suppose this will be our first discussion, really, right?
Yeah, our first one was really just an intro to the channel and what we were hoping to do with it.
Our first formal one, and it's we're going to be talking about the VGAs. Just happened last night. It's a pretty interesting 3-hour show, and we got myself, Jesse Grubb, Zach Grubb, and Chris Shriver.
Hey.
From the
And,
platformers.
Yeah, I was going to say, give yourself an introduction here.
Yeah, so I am Chris Shriver. You can find me on Twitter at Shrives93. I have been co-hosting the Platformers podcast with Brian Barnett and Josh Mobley for a little over 5 years now. We recently passed our 200th episode. I'm a Banjo-Kazooie fanatic. Every award show, every E3, everything. I tweet at Phil Spencer telling him that we should get some Banjo-Kazooie 3E, and it never happens. And then I go to bed in my own tears. On the weekends, I do the social media posts for IGN.com. So if you've ever seen any of the memes or anything like that, or I guess we don't really do memes anymore, but like any of the images and content that you see on Saturday or Sunday, that's from yours truly. Hopefully it's enjoyable.
I mean, I already knew this, but I think this is the first time Jesse's hearing this. You're a big fucking deal.
Oh,
I wouldn't go that far. I definitely wouldn't go that far. I am the guy that does the work so that everyone else can have a weekend. And that's fine. Yeah. I've cemented myself well in this position. I have contacts with people there. We're Twitter friends, Facebook friends, and all that. We know who each other are, and I do a full-time job too, and that's all fine. I'm okay with it.
I mean, having any connection to quite literally the biggest video game outlet and media outlet like that exists.
Yeah, it's fine.
You could say it's a pretty big idea.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, if you bring it down to like the ranks of the people you're talking to right now, a bunch of jackasses who are just like making YouTube videos hoping somebody's listening.
Hey man, that's what we did.
If you will.
That's what we did with the platformers, and then LinkedIn. My first boss at IGN was like, "Hey, we need a social media person," and then I had, a little website and things I had written, and I was like, "Here's my portfolio," and then it happened.
Fucking right.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. But anyway, we're gonna start with the pre-show. First thing on there was Tunic. Do you remember seeing that?
Tunic.
Thank God.
So that was like the little very Zelda inspired game.
Yeah, it's like a Zelda Dark Souls like top down hybrid kind of game. So this got a
yeah, go on.
Oh, so this got a demo or a beta probably about 6 or 8 months ago now. That they had it on Steam and Series X. And I think it's one guy that's doing like all development, all the artwork. I don't know if he's doing the score or anything like that, but it's been like it's become like this generation's Cuphead of like, here's Tunic again. Like we just kept seeing it over and over again. And like now it's we finally have a date for it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It looked gorgeous, and it gave me like huge Death's Door vibes, but I'm sure this was probably in development before Death's Door.
Yeah. From what I understand, or at least the guy I do the platformers with, Brian, he said he likes what Death's Door is doing more, but again, we've only seen a slice of what Tunic is doing.
Right.
But yeah, they are very similar.
Yeah, I missed the pre-show, so I went back and watched, and like this being the opener, I was like, oh shit, I'm pissed I missed this. This is awesome.
I completely missed Tunic. Now that you're bringing it up, I'm looking at pictures. I'm watching a little footage. This is adorable.
Yeah, you've never seen this game, dude? This is like so your thing.
I know, this is right up my alley.
Wow,
in your wheelhouse. But yeah,
it's a pretty big wheelhouse.
Definitely excited for that. And March 16th is not far away, which is crazy.
No, that was actually something I was struck by a lot of these announcements. We're looking at an insane February and March for 2022.
And beyond.
Yeah, but like
Um,
so many really solid releases coming out in just those 2 months. Like I don't have enough money to keep up with all of these.
it's going to be loaded. It's going to be real loaded. It reminds me of when like Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 2 remake, and Sekiro all kind of launched like real close together, and I was like, dude, I don't have time for this. But okay. So next up was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Little teaser.
No interest.
Yeah, I was I was like, okay, so it's like the Friday the 13th thing. They're gonna keep doing that. Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing on this one.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Moving on.
Homeworld 3 says long awaited chapter in that series, but I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Looked pretty.
Yeah, definitely look cool. The Expanse Telltale series, they revealed that, and the Expanse is a television show. I've never seen it, but it looked cool, and I've always liked the Telltale games. So I was like, okay, all right, this is some cool style here.
Yeah, I'm just happy Telltale's still making games. It means that we're still eventually going to see Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh God, I hope so.
With a completely different team.
Yep.
That game was almost done, and then they were like, "Nah, fam, just start it all over again." They laid all those people off, all those assets completely scrapped. Makes no
Dude.
sense to me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So Josh is I feel like I'm like just name dropping. I feel bad.
You're
go
fine.
So Josh that I do the recording with, his wife was at Telltale. And she was like the lead writer she did like the Batman series and was doing the Wolf Among Us 2 and like was a part of that whole thing when that went down.
Good God.
And like it was not a good time. But yeah, she was like I think they brought a few people back, but for the most part like so much time had passed that like everybody got new jobs. And then like I don't even think they're doing the same storyline at this point that they would have done in what we had seen at Game Awards like 4 or 5 years ago or whatever it was. Yeah.
That's wild.
So like it's going to be like a
It's still
10-year
happening.
gap between those games. It's still happening, but like who the hell knows when it's actually coming out?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I mean, I also went like after I played the first one, I ended up reading all of Fables. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know like what they're gonna do from a story perspective because like I didn't realize it when I first started playing the game, but it was a prequel. So
Oh yeah.
like what comes next? Are they gonna follow the books? Are they gonna do another story beforehand? Like I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, so it was Telltale though, right? Like it was still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because this is like, I mean, True Colors just came out, and this is already like they're already showing this off. So I guess they're
Well, Telltale
Well,
isn't True Colors isn't Telltale.
Yeah, that's
It's not.
Square Enix.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
He
Life,
just, like-
Life is Strange is a totally different team. I
No, but
love Life is Strange.
what I'm reading is that this combines the popular television show with the team behind Life is Strange: True Colors.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
that's the Square Enix people then that are making the Expanse.
Okay.
but they said it was a Telltale series, so they
Yeah.
brought in that team for Telltale.
I don't know.
Well, that explains why they're turning it out so fast. They got Square money.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Next was the Babylon's Fall, which I mean I've been hearing a bunch of shit about, and they've been showing it off like every now and then, teasing. It's Platinum Games, so you're looking at fun action.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any thoughts past that. I'm sure it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I got to know more about it. I got to see more about it before I.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Platinum's had a pretty good record, so we'll see. I think
I'm waiting for you to get to one of these games. It was the first thing I saw at the show that really made me jump.
I know, but we're still in the pre-show. So I'm pretty sure this is still pre-show shit. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I don't care.
Monster Hunter Rise is really good. I'm sure it'll keep being good.
I think I put like 80 hours into World, but you know, there's a certain point in those games where I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to do this for the rest of my life. Gotcha. Thirsty Suitors. That was an Annapurna game. You know, I don't really know what else to say about that. It's got
Cute
that
as
like,
hell. I want to
yeah,
play
it's
that.
very cute. It's got that like, you know, Zoomer vibe almost to it.
Dude, really? I got hardcore Scott Pilgrim vibes just from the whole setup.
Is that what you were talking about? Because you were messaging me while this was going on, and I was still out, so I wasn't watching. And you were like, "It's like Scott
Yeah,
Pilgrim."
absolutely.
What game?
Okay. Thirsty
Uh,
Suitors.
the Thirsty Suitors. You're playing
Oh,
as a
okay.
girl dealing with her evil exes, and
Yeah.
it almost looks like instead of like fighting, you're like reconciling with them in a way. Because I saw her like shaking hands with the one dude at the end of their fight or whatever. But yeah, I'm super interested. That's like a day one buy for me. It looks cool as hell.
It
Nice.
also kind of looked like it wasn't going to be like one combat or what have you. Like it was going to have a lot of systems. That, or it was like each X is a mini game.
Yeah, it seems to me like every encounter is completely different from the one before it.
It's a cool idea, and the style is cool. I like the style a lot. Then we got Evil West. Did you see anything for that?
So while watching that trailer, I was like, this is the most American shit I've ever seen.
I
Which
think
is
they've
which is
shown
funny.
that before.
They definitely showed it before, but it's funny that you said it's the most American thing because they did Shadow Warrior, and I don't know if you've seen anything for Shadow Warrior, but it's not like an American-inspired game at all.
Oh God, no.
No.
No,
But Shadow Warrior is like a very like fast, kinetic action game. So I mean, if you're looking at that in the Wild West setting, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I just thought a cowboy is murdering demons. This is the kind of shit me and my friends would like write stories about when I was a kid.
Yeah, put a cowboy hat on, you know, fucking Doom guy, and here we are. And then, okay, so here's the one that I know that you were excited for because as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm playing that for a lot. So Have a Nice Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. Chris, what do you think of Have a Nice Death?
I don't know that I saw it. So I didn't I was at Costco last night and missed about like the first hour of the Game Awards. I'm looking at screenshots and it looks neat, but I have no other comment.
It started with like a very, very beautifully drawn, like animated kind of like introduction to it. And then it went on to some gameplay. And the gameplay, it's a roguelike. That's all we really know. But it's action and it looks very. Oh, God, I hate when I do this, but I'm like, it has that Hollow Knight feel to it, where it's
It
just
looks like
very,
Hollow Knight.
Oh, it
very
absolutely does.
tight,
Yeah.
very tight, very like almost has that like ethereal movement and shit like that.
Yep.
But like I almost got the feel from the areas he was running through that it was closer to the Metroid side of a Metroidvania. You know what I mean? Like the areas weren't as open as Hollow Knight, which I dig, because that was one of the only things that pulled me out of Hollow Knight was the loss I was constantly getting. So I like having that area to move through that's a little more put together, like that it
Right.
doesn't leave as much up to interpretation for me while I'm fighting through.
They did say it was a
art
roguelike.
style. Oh,
They did say it was a roguelike. So I have a feeling it's something they would want in a game like that.
yeah.
But yeah, the art style, holy shit, fucking awesome.
And it looks so smooth. Like the
And I
anime,
mean,
it looks hand drawn and
it's hand
incredibly
drawn.
smooth.
It's absolutely hand drawn, which means a lot of fucking work went into making it look the way it does and how smooth it does.
Yeah,
So,
that was the first announcement where I was like, oh yes.
Yeah.
I want to see everything about this. Show me more of this game.
I definitely heard the title before. I don't think this was like the first time they ever talked about the game or showed it, but very, very cool. Very cool. Oh, and that's early access for in March for Steam. So
Okay, fine.
yeah, I know, right? Well, yeah, I guess we gotta wait.
Yeah. Chris,
Planet
you can
of
tell us
Lana.
how it is.
Yeah, please. Planet of Lana was next.
Mhm.
And I don't really know much about that. It looked very, very intense, and I love the style of it. But I do
think
know.
I
It's
tweeted something like,
the
"This game's going to do
sorry.
Tatooine better than Star Wars has been doing it."
Yeah, it definitely had that vibe, like that almost desert planet and the robots and shit.
Yeah.
The, so did you play The Last Guardian?
I did not.
I did not. It's been sitting in my queue because they gave it to us free with the PS5.
Game's awesome. It's great. I mean, and you love Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, so you're gonna like it.
I do, but I thought a lot of people were disappointed by The Last Guardian.
Yeah, it has some like buggy mechanics. The whole I don't want to get into it, but the person that you're like, or the monster that kind of you got around and guides you around and helps you, it's a little buggy.
All
But
right, well,
yeah,
we won't stick around for that with too much. I do know the music and it was great, so that's definitely a selling
This
point.
is the one. It was like a 2D art style, right? Like made by. I can't remember the name of it.
2.5D.
Maybe. Yeah. This did look cool.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimate.
Dude.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes. Oh yes, somebody else is excited about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, this is a big deal. Like this is a game that has been trapped on last gen consoles. And if you know anything about this game, the argument that some people will make is that, well, you have Persona 4 Arena on back compat for Series X, but it does not have everything that Ultimax has in it. Ultimax is balanced a little bit better. And yeah, I mean, it's great that, people that want to go back and play that game, I imagine it'll have rollback netcode. But people that want to go back and play that game have the option to do so now on. It's weird. Part of me thinks it's weird it's on PS4. I mean, I guess I get why, because there's more people that have PS4s. But no, I'm so happy that this is happening.
You think they'll roll out an upgrade for it?
And Switch, right? Like a next gen upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the popular thing right now with a lot of stuff that's coming out last gen, especially in the later, like the stuff that's coming out in the future seems to be coming with a lot of PS5 upgrades.
They might not need to, and this is the only thing that made me think that it's why it's coming to PS4. That game already ran, I think it ran at 60, or no, it ran at 30 originally. I imagine this will run at 60. But all you would really do is get it to like 120 on like a Series X or a PS5, assuming it could hit that. Or maybe they tried to do that and it couldn't hit those numbers, and they were just like, forget it. Like, it's not worth the time investment for a port, basically.
Yeah.
They'll be happy enough that they have the ability to play this thing on modern consoles. It's not coming to Xbox though, right?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. It's interesting it's coming to PS4 and Switch, but I guess they've been doing that with all the Persona stuff. Like Strikers, they did that, and
except they still haven't put Persona 5 on Switch.
Oh god, that's right.
They put Strikers on there, but not 5, right?
Yeah, that made sense. That was a good move.
We'll put the sequel. We'll put the sequel on Switch, but
yeah. Oh well.
Bizarre.
All right.
Okay, and I don't really have much to say about that because I think 5 is the only game I've played. So, and then so that was the end of the pre-show, and then Keeley comes out and he's like, "Here's Hellblade 2."
So you guys are gonna have to talk about Hellblade 2 because I have no knowledge. It looks like visually it is stunning, but I know nothing about Hellblade.
So first of all, if you've never played Hellblade and you're at all interested, the biggest piece of advice that I can give you if you're going to play it is wear headphones when you play it, because it has some of the best audio design in not just any game, but like any digital media I've ever played, or ever experienced. The way that, I mean, I won't get too far into it, but because there's a lot to cover, but I had it on in my car as I was driving back, just like to listen to everything. And there's like whispers that happen, throughout that trailer where like she's hearing different voices in her head. And it was like bouncing around, in like my car's sound system, and I was like, this is insane. It sounded really cool. But no, that's debatably the best looking game that's like ever going to have come out. Like you could make that argument.
Yeah, my first thought was like, is this running on a high-end PC, or is this actually what we're going to see on the Xbox Series X?
No, I mean
it's what you're gonna see for
yeah.
sure.
The first one was optimized really, really well. Even on last gen consoles, like that was a really impressive game. There's not a whole lot that like happened in that game in terms of like what you're actually doing. And I think it's part of the reason it's able to do that. And then I don't know, there's just some kind of like witchcraft that Ninja Theory's doing. Because it looks unbelievable.
Putting demons in our consoles.
It's Ninja Theory, and they're not necessarily a AAA studio. They're not a AAA funded
right
team. And that's why Hellblade. A lot of the reasons why people like looked at that and they were like, "Holy fucking shit! I can't believe like they were able to make this," and also that it's so well optimized. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so you can pretty much expect the same kind of deal from the second one, especially from what they showed us. I mean, I didn't even notice that it was like gameplay in that trailer until she turns around with the spear, and it's very clearly that you're throwing the spear. You are playing that.
Right.
Yeah, unbelievable. So I'm really looking forward to that. Zach, you need to play Hellblade.
Yeah, I know.
All right. And then, all right, so next was the Star Wars Eclipse reveal trailer. And I don't really have too much to say about that because it was just a CGI trailer. But it's worth noting that it's Quantic Dream who's doing it. So Heavy Rain, those games, they got a Star Wars game.
In the High Republic.
Yeah, in the High Republic era. So, I mean, it looked fucking cool. Really,
No,
really
dude,
cool.
that was a really, really well put together trailer. Like just like you could have told me that was for a movie and I would have believed you.
Right.
Yeah, they did a really good job with it. But yeah, we don't know anything else about that game.
Yeah.
I was only mildly disappointed because Jess, I think you said like, "Oh my God, is this Knights of the Old Republic?" And I was like, "Oh my God, how great would that be if this is Knights of the Old Republic?"
Yeah, I got a little excited. I was getting the Twitter updates and I saw, Star Wars, and I saw a couple screenshots, and I was like, no fucking way they're already showing off Knights of the Old Republic, but nah.
No, unfortunately.
All right. You guys got nothing more to say about that?
I'm good.
No, I mean, interested. I can't even talk. Interested to see more.
Right.
Yes.
And there was a couple trailers here that were just CGI trailers, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah, they don't give you a lot to go off of.
Right. Beautiful, but thanks to your animation team. But what's the game look like? So Lost Ark was the next one, which is like a free to play MMO ARPB. Not really my thing, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who saw that and they're like, oh, cool, that's something to kill time with.
Yeah, same. I didn't really have any strong opinion on it. It's just kind of.
I'll say that the like visuals, like that high fantasy, crazy shit for a free to play game, that'll definitely draw a lot of people in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Diablo style gameplay shit like that, people love that shit. So next was Wonder Woman, the game reveal trailer, and again that was just a trailer though. It was not, they didn't show us much.
I mean, there's going to be a Wonder Woman game. Cool.
Yeah.
See how it does. I mean,
yeah.
DC games have been pretty good lately. Let's see what they do.
And it's the team behind Shadow of Mordor, so you can kind of, in your head, you can kind of figure out what the game's going to look and play like, right?
Yeah.
Brutal.
Okay.
Batman action kind of deal, All right, so and then this was the big one. I was out at dinner with Pat, and I was like, everybody shut up, Pat. Alan Wake 2. we like immediately pulled it up. We're like eating food, and we were both just watching the trailer at the same time. Like, no fucking way they did this. No fucking way.
I mean, I feel like this was a matter of not if, but when. Like, this was absolutely going to happen. You don't remaster a game like Alan Wake without a sequel coming.
And having the
mean,
whole the AEW expansion for
That's what I
Control.
mean. Yeah, like
yeah.
there's been a
Yeah,
year
they
of
were
them teeing this
telegraphing it.
up. Yeah.
I just ordered the remaster. So excited. That is my Christmas gift to me. I can't wait to play Alan Wake again.
But yeah, good on Remedy, man. Fucking churning it out. That's crazy.
I mean,
I'm very happy.
2023, but that's fine. As long as I get to play it.
Oh yeah,
Was that part of the Nvidia leaks?
it was.
Yes.
It was. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we kind of knew, but here it is, right? So that was cool.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see because I mean, Alan Wake was literally a game about a writer, and like the narrative is like the whole point, and the writing and control was incredible. Like I don't know, this team's been developing their ability to craft stories so well, and like to craft lore so well. I can't wait to see what that looks like in Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, Pat and I started talking about like how Control started out like 10 out of 10, and then by the end the writing and the story is kind of like a 6, you know. But that's totally just an opinion. It's my opinion, and it's neither here nor there. But
So when I'm talking about the writing, I'm talking about the internal writing in the game, like the files you pick up, the documents, the lore that went into building that world.
oh, for
All the way
sure,
through
yes,
is incredible.
absolutely. And then I guess they decided that they wanted Alan Wake to look like Jake Gyllenhaal this time around, so that's pretty weird. But
I mean, I kind of want to say, isn't that like a comparison that was made even back in the day?
no, he had like a real person that he was based off of, and it certainly was not the Jake Gyllenhaal. But maybe they just they were like, nah, he's got to be hotter. Anyway, next up was Sonic 2, the movie trailer. So fuck that. And then Horizon
Whoa,
Forbidden West.
Excuse me.
what do you mean?
Holy shit, no.
Oh my god, dude! I was grinning like a fool that whole trailer.
I just knew that was gonna bug you guys.
Oh man, nah, that movie looks fun as hell. I'm so excited for it.
Oh my god, it seems it's nailing the iconography of like the original Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Yeah.
It's nailing it. And well, I mean, I'm always gonna have an incredibly special place in my heart for the first movie, because I'm pretty sure my daughter liking video games in the future is going to stem from that movie, because she's 6, 7 months old, watched Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was like the first movie she sat down and watched and didn't look away from the entire time. Like,
That's a big deal.
Well, then you need to show her the original Super Mario Brothers movie so she can decide for herself.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think it's colorful enough. She's 14 months old, dude.
Yeah, well, don't make decisions for her. All right. So
But,
and
okay,
also, Idris Elba is Knuckles. So come on, guys.
that was the only thing about the trailer where I was like, hold up.
Hold up. We knew that, but we knew that though.
That
Yeah, but
voice
I
coming
hear
out of
him.
Knuckles was a little jarring.
Because he came out and was like, well, Knuckles doesn't sound sexy. And it was like, sir, anything you do sounds sexy. And then Knuckles spoke and he sounded sexy. And I was like, see, we told you this would happen.
I think
Knuckles
Idris
is
Elba needs
sexy
to
now.
spend some more time on the internet. Knuckles
Yeah.
has been
Look.
sexy for a long time, apparently.
Knuckles is sexy now. Mario is normal now, and it's like, what's going on?
He's not Italian. He's normal.
He's not Italian. He's normal now. All right. So next up was Horizon. They showed off some more gameplay, and it's not really cool, but this is what Sony's going to do. They're going to saturate every possible place that they can right now with Horizon gameplay, and make everybody want to buy it because it looks so gorgeous and it looks so fluid, and that world looks so expansive. But I just expected it. It didn't like shock me that Horizon showed up. So
Yeah, I think I'm done watching content for that game.
yes, it was like when Deathloop kept showing up at every fucking.
Oh my god, dude,
that
was the joke in our Slack chat. Like every single time there was like a PlayStation director or whatever they call it, and like E3 or anything. It was like, wow, have you heard about the critically acclaimed game Deathloop from oh my god, whatever that's from Bethesda Studios or from Arcane Studios?
Arcane. Yeah.
Did you know that it has like a looping mechanic where you we would just do that over and over again because it was always the same. Like, yeah, we get it. Like the game looks dope, and it probably will be, but like, I'll buy it when it comes out. So much so that I didn't even buy it until Black Friday.
But Chris, it's Groundhog Day with guns. You can't stop talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like it was in a loop every freaking event we did.
It didn't help that like suddenly there was like 10 loop games coming out at the same
Right.
time. And it was like, Jesus, come on.
What
But
Loop
yeah,
Hero?
same deal. Loop Hero's great.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's I don't have much more to say about it. I'll have plenty to say about it when the game's out, and I can see if they fixed all the things I didn't like about the first one. But until then. Okay, so next was Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade PC release on Epic Game Store, guys.
I don't care.
Yo,
I loved it.
the
I
way
loved
that
it, but who cares?
the way that they teed this up was like kind of a kick in the pants because they were like, "All right,
Yeah.
the moment that you've been waiting for," and like they start showing gameplay, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna lead into part 2." Jess was eating dinner, and I was like, "You got to get over here." She like sprints over. I'm like watching it on the Google Home, and with that, like it never changed. Like it was just she's like, "I've seen all this before."
I can
And I was like,
imagine the
"I'm sorry."
disappointment.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
"I
just
can
don't
let
know
you down."
why is
That's
it
a
not on
bummer.
Steam? It should be on Steam. That's just fucking crazy.
Nope. Money
Oh,
talks.
the money talks. But yeah, that's that. And I guess we'll just never get part 2, but that's okay.
It'll happen eventually.
Zach, you're gonna be 40. That's when we're gonna get it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, I'm wholly aware.
I'm fine with that. Okay, next was Destiny 2, Witch Queen. Which I don't play Destiny, but you know what they really did? When I did play Destiny, I was like, God, this gunplay is so good. And they made sure to show off some gunplay, so that's important.
Yeah, okay. I can't. We're not talking about Destiny.
As a lapsed Destiny player, I am keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, I won't get into it, but I'm just done. I can't anymore. Let's move on. Maybe we could have a whole nother discussion on Destiny one day.
Fair enough. All right, and then these motherfuckers, Splitterhead reveal trailer, and they went and they did the Silent Hill came out in 1999, and I was like, I'm gonna vomit up my food right now, no way. And then they were like, but it's not that. It's not Silent Hill. It's this.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
That was pretty
It
fucked up.
was, but I wasn't disappointed by what they showed me.
No, me neither.
Like, yeah, it was kind of it was a dick move to cue it up like that, but at the same time, like, yeah, I'm all about this. The creator of Silent Hill and the composer of Silent Hill are making a new horror game with some Junji Ito ass looking monsters. Yeah, I'm sold. I can't wait.
Definitely sold on it. I liked that the trailer was short. It was only like a minute, really, and it starts out and it's very horror, and then it's like just bloody action, and I was like, okay. So I still have no idea what it's going to be, which is good. It keeps you interested.
I mean, hopefully a little from column A, a little from column B.
Right. Right. And then you can make swords out of blood. That's cool. All right. Next was Nightingale, which was that game. It's like a building survival game.
Yeah, you lose me when you go into like building mechanics. I've never been able. I don't know what it is. I've got a block against it. I just can't get into it.
We didn't
Yeah.
grow up with Minecraft. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds right.
I think if you have that as your base, like, you can start to adapt in other places.
I was really into the environments and the character design. Super cool. It's almost like era-less. Like you don't know like what if this is even like an era or what. And then they show those portals that you walk through and the world changes. And it was like, I don't know what the fuck this game is. And then they showed the building and I was like, oh, fuck, you lost me. Like now I don't know I don't think I would like this. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a horde defense game or what the fuck it is. But apparently Aaron Flynn, the former boss of BioWare, is in charge of this project. So, if that means anything to you.
Not really. I mean, yeah, that's always it. Always kind of sucks when you see something visually where you're like, "This is really cool." Then you find out the gameplay, and it's just not. It doesn't resonate.
I might keep my eye on it. I like how it looks, right? And if what if it launches like Xbox Day 1 or some shit? I don't know. Then I would definitely check it out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The next one was the Golem cinematic trailer. A cinematic trailer again.
Yeah, they've been talking about a Golem game for years now.
I don't
See what happens.
I don't
Long
know
time.
who this game is for. Like,
Right.
I don't know who's asking for this game, but like, I keep seeing it, and every time everyone does that, everyone just goes, "Yeah, okay." Like, who is excited for this game?
Matt. Matt's the.
Really?
We told him that Golem game was happening. He was like, "Oh, that sounds badass. Yeah, I'm on board." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, more power to him. But like every time I
Right,
see it, I'm just like, okay.
But I mean, maybe that's an important distinction to make because, of the four of us on the channel, Matt's the least like a gamer. I mean, he'll tell you he knows nothing, even though he's like destroyed every FromSoft game he's played. But like, he's in that audience, that isn't like hardcore into video gaming. And when he heard there was a Golem game, he was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome! Yeah." So maybe that's the audience.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it seems like it's going to be pretty lore heavy, very story dependent. So if you're like a big Lord of the Rings fan, that's for you. All right.
Yeah.
So next up was Summerville, and I thought it looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, I will definitely play that game.
Yeah.
And that is the makers of Limbo. So you know what you're getting yourself into with that.
Yeah, I think that game has a lot to offer on like like that whole games are art level. You know what I mean?
I mean, they only put out quality work. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
consistently.
that even if it didn't catch my eye right away, I probably still would have like bought it and played it because I'd be like, I know that this is going to be quality. Going for the post-apocalyptic thing, that's original, but yeah, we'll see.
And there was a good boy.
And there's a very good boy, which is important. He'll probably die, and then we'll all cry, and then
It will absolutely die. That
that
dog
is
is
the art.
that dog is not making it to the credits.
Video games are
Which
art
is-
because they make you sad.
Yeah.
That's even sadder because that was the only good boy we saw all night.
Crazy. Next one was Cuphead, Delicious Last Course.
Another one.
And
Finally.
Yeah, seriously.
So I am terrible at Cuphead. I love it. I'm bad at it. I probably will not play this, but I will watch someone else play it with a huge smile on my face.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because I put, I think, a half hour into Cuphead, and I got through a few levels, and maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace because I'm all about difficulty. I'm all about the punishing, like Fury, Hollow Knight, every FromSoft game, all that shit. I got the platinums, right? Like this is my shit. Never grabbed me, so I'm definitely going to launch back in before this comes out.
Hey! I'm the only person on this channel who's supposed to like humble brag about their platinums. You keep that shit in your mouth.
Okay, but if you ever got the platinum on Hollow Knight, you'd understand why I'm saying this. Okay.
I know.
I do need to jump into Cuphead because also that reveal trailer was hype as fuck, and I was like, God, I love how this looks, and I need to play this game. I need to like be in that right headspace and have it grab me.
I really thought they were announcing something about the cartoon because isn't there a Cuphead cartoon coming out?
There's a series on Netflix that they're working on. If
Yeah.
they were to show any of that, Netflix traditionally likes to control all of that. Down to like you're not even legally allowed to host and share any of their trailers
Wow.
on your site. Like if you're sharing something like like there's a new Stranger Things trailer, you have to like provide the link to the retweet in your articles because they're like they're like the Apple of like the streaming platforms basically.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like if we were ever gonna hear anything about them, it'll be at like To Doom or whatever. But I hope that series is good. No, I mean Delicious Last Course. That was starting to feel like the wait for the original Cuphead was feeling. Because it was like we were shown this thing and then COVID happened and everything, and I think its original release date was like 2 or 3 years ago, or it's supposed to be 2 or 3 years ago. So I just hope they can keep it for the people that love those games, because or with that game, because they haven't had any new like I'm going to step on your face content in that world in a really long time.
Yeah.
So do you know if the development was so off-put by COVID, or because like the creators were literally like, oh man, we just keep adding shit, just keep adding.
I imagine it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're like they can't step away and just be like we're done. They had to keep fucking adding things to it. I totally feel that. That's awesome. Next one was Sonic Frontiers reveal trailer.
Sonic Breath of the Wild.
I don't know about this game,
What?
guys.
No, and
Come
and
on.
you know what? I kind of thought you were gonna say Breath of the Wild, and like everybody needs to stop saying that open world games are Breath of the Wild, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yo, but like,
No.
did you
It
see the
wasn't
trailer?
about the fact that it was an open world game. It was about the fact that it looked like they copied the world from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't even thinking that when I was looking at it. I was like, how are they gonna make this fun? How is like building a big world for Sonic to run around in gonna feel fun and interesting?
Well, and here's exactly. Like they spent basically all of the Wii generation trying to get 3D Sonic to run in a way that people actually enjoyed. And then they finally put out Unleashed, and they were like, no, those levels are good. I don't want to be the werehog. And then they just kind of ran with that for a little bit. No pun intended.
Exactly.
Why can't we just have Sonic Adventure 3? Like, I've gone back. I've replayed the Sonic Adventure games. They are fun. Why do we not just get Sonic Adventure 3?
So I don't want to say that it was like lightning in a bottle or anything, because I've gone back and played them and they are incredibly frustrating to play until they work. There are some levels that work and it's a blast, right? And I think a lot of the Wii generation was them trying to recapture those levels that worked, and they often didn't still. So I don't know, and I really don't know why like an open world Sonic was the next thing.
Because
You know,
it's what everyone else is
5
doing.
years. It's
That's
been
it.
5 years since we got a new Sonic title, right?
We got yeah, that was a
No,
remake.
really?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They had like remakes and they had the re-releases and things like that. But this is 5 years, and they were like open world Sonic. That's it. That's what we're doing. I don't know. We'll see.
That alone, though, I mean, that kind of makes you think that team has been working on this. Well, no, because
We don't know for sure.
yeah, and there's like it's so obviously inspired. Like Halo, I feel like did the same thing. It's so obviously inspired by what Breath of the Wild did.
Right.
Like you can tell they looked at that game and they were like, "We need one of those." Like,
And like that's why my first thought, it wasn't open world is Breath of the Wild. It's this looks like Breath of the Wild. Like so what you were
like
saying,
down to
it
the
doesn't look
towers
like,
in it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like there's anything for Sonic to run around on. It
I
looks
mean,
like he was dropped in a world he shouldn't be in.
yeah. Granted, we still have to see gameplay. You know, we don't. There was like hints of like this is what it could look like, but again, CG trailers like you got to take
Yeah.
what you can get, and they've got another year.
But
You
like
know,
even in a CG trailer, shouldn't we have at least seen like a loop? You know?
Was it all CG? I thought a lot of those landscape shots were in-game footage.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, I think it was like in game, like rendered in game, but like I don't think it was like none of that was like the HUD. You know what I mean? Like what
Right.
what is that going to look like when I'm actually playing it?
Yeah, and you're looking at it and you're like, that's really pretty, but I'm not going to have time to see any of it because Sonic's got to go fast, by the way. So like,
just so you know.
which is another reason I'm like a little hesitant, because I don't.
Yeah.
Like, Sonic's going real fast, and you spend all this time building a beautiful world. Fuck off. So, Warhammer Vermintide 2 gameplay trailer. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have ever played that game.
Not
Vermintide.
into Warhammer.
Yeah, I am not.
No, I mean, like, okay, so totally fair, because a lot of people don't fuck with Warhammer, myself included, but it's a brand, right? It's like a whole, there's many series within the Warhammer like brand, okay? So Vermintide specifically is a 4-player co-op game, class-based, and you bash rats together and try to get through the level and do all this, subquests and shit like that. Very fun. Interesting to me because I would totally play that with my boys, have a few beers. I don't know if it could ever be like a Deep Rock Galactic level of co-op fun, but still cool.
Yeah.
Tchia. I think I'm saying that right. Tchia gameplay.
Okay,
It was like
very excited.
you're allowed to say that looked like Breath of the Wild because it did.
This is the one where you're the little girl.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I
And
would
she-
say that
she-
looked
she
more
float-
like. I would say if we were gonna give it a Zelda, I would say that looked more like Wind Waker.
visually, but she had the glider and the open world, and time slows down when she's in
Sure.
midair shooting arrows. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean that's mechanics. That's not really. We
Aesthetic.
weren't comparing the world.
we're having different conversations.
Yeah, we are. We're having different conversations.
All right, when Elden Ring comes out, and you're playing it, and you go, dude, this is like Breath of the Wild, Dark Souls. I'm gonna come over to your house and beat the shit out of you.
I mean, is it gonna have deep exploration that leads me to dungeons that give me items that I didn't think I was gonna find at the end of dungeons or upgrade me?
Like Skyrim.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Skyrim is the
It's an open world game.
Skyrim is the Breath of the Wild of Elder Scrolls, dude.
It
Get at
is,
me.
especially when you play as Link, because you
Oh
can
my
do that on the Switch.
I hate this conversation. I think Tchia looks great.
You didn't think I was gonna bring that in, did you? Fucking Nintendo sketch.
What does he
She
look like?
Who?
Link in Skyrim. Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's terrible.
Oh
All
god.
right, but no,
Sorry,
for real.
sorry.
Tchia, I think Tchia is going to be great. Like I saw the first trailer they put out a while back, and I didn't realize it was going to have so many fantastical elements to it. I just thought it looked like a cute game. And this trailer got me really hyped for it. Like I'm very excited to sit down and play this.
yeah, it definitely looks like something that hasn't necessarily been done. So I'm always excited for something like that. The jumping in and out of creatures, and not even creatures, like you can jump into a lamp. Like that's sick. Like I don't know.
Yeah, like the first time she jumped into a bird and got to fly up around the landscape, I was like, I want to do that. That looks really cool.
And I guess because it's probably the nature of that game, but you don't really know what it's about, right? We don't know what it's about. What's our goal? But that's fine. It looks fun. It looks fun to explore.
Yeah.
And beautiful. So cool. Next one was Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, which we've seen a few.
Yeah.
We've seen a few
Sorry.
things for that, but this,
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, this was the first time I saw it, and I was like, I want to play that. That looks fun to play.
I had the opposite reaction.
Really?
Explain yourself.
I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
it
curious.
I thought it looked mildly boring. I didn't think it was doing anything
Boring.
new. Like, I mean, not boring is like, yeah, it looks great and the things that are happening on screen look cool, but like I was thinking about how is this going to play in my hands, and all I could think was like, I've done this before across other games. Like there's nothing about it struck me as unique. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I think it's
And I was kind of expecting something new from this game.
yeah.
Why?
I think it's because the Rocksteady and the Arkham games were so revolutionary at the time that they had come out.
Oh yeah, they
Um,
basically like made a new genre.
yeah. I think, and I get what Zach's saying. Unfortunately, you can't do that with, every single major franchise change that a studio is going to do.
No, of course not. But
Yeah.
I just feel like the Suicide Squad is such a, and this is the comic book side of me. Like it's such a unique team that you could utilize with like such unique abilities. Like to go with, I guess I don't know. I don't know how to
Well,
put it into words. Like there could have been very like, okay, you're fighting the Justice League. How are these characters going to fight the Justice League? With the gameplay that I saw, it's going to be okay, shoot them, hit them, fight them. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't. It's going to feel really disjointed to beat up the Flash and to even be able to hit him. Do you know what I mean?
well, and we don't know what we don't know yet. Like in terms of like
Yeah,
how
that's true.
those boss fights are going to play out. A lot of what we saw gameplay wise was just like you're fighting fodder. Like it's just random enemies that they have out there. And then things that the moments that they showed where you were fighting the Flash were primarily cinematic.
Yeah.
You know, they really didn't go into a whole lot of gameplay as far as how those situations are handled. I imagine they're probably, I don't want to say like QuickTime. Is that the? I'm having a brain fart.
Press
Yeah,
the button when it's
unfortunately, I
You're
think you're
pressing the
right.
button thing. You know, I don't want it to be that. I could see it being that, just so you get that like, you know, cinematic flourish for whenever something's happening.
Yeah.
But you know, knowing Rocksteady and knowing how much Batman progresses throughout each Arkham game, and like how much you level up, I can't imagine playing this game and there not being some sort of like pretty robust progression system
Yes.
for each of the characters. I get what you're saying though, with like somebody like the Flash. It's like, what are you even supposed to do? You know, to try and to stop somebody like that.
Yeah, I guess the
I-
gameplay I saw just made me feel very much like these boss fights that are the point of the game. When you name your game The Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, are going to be very formulaic and very, I mean, easy. Like you just going through the motions when they should be something special.
Okay,
and
so
they
the vibe I got when they showed off each character like extensively was that these bigger fights like with the Justice League are going to be puzzles that you solve by using every single person's special abilities.
I could definitely see that.
And you're going to be switching between them a lot to counter whatever's coming at you or to actually deal damage. And to me that sounds like the gameplay almost looked like a Crackdown game. But Crackdown game with strategy, which sounds fucking awesome. Like that sounds really cool to me.
I mean, I would love to be proven wrong here because I love all of these characters and I want to see this game do well. I want it to grab me. It's just that the gameplay I saw last night didn't.
Right. I had no expectations, but like when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, all right. But
I
was.
imagine this is going to be similar to at least how Guardians of the Galaxy was initially received, at least in your case, Zach. How it was initially received when it was shown off. You know, everyone was just like, "Oh my God, Star-Lord's such a fuckboy! Like, what is happening?" And then, like, the game comes out, and it's like, you know, pretty widely celebrated. You know, at least to anybody that's played it. I haven't really heard any bad vibes about it.
You know what's crazy? I haven't played that yet. I really want to play it on the Christmas list. I right from the beginning thought this is going to be good. Like I know a lot of the general consensus on Guardians of the Galaxy was like, oh well, look what happened with Avengers. They're going to do the same thing all over again. I had a good feeling about that right from the get go, and I'm actually very happy to see how well it's being received by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it's like crazy because Chris Pratt's not even in it. He's Mario now.
Dude, he's me in this podcast right now.
He's playing Chris.
It's a Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
All right.
Go play
So
Banjo Kazooie.
I don't think we get to make that joke as two guys who have both on separate occasions dressed up as Burt Macklin.
So next up was Forspoken, and that was cool. I like that a lot. I'm glad that they're showing more of this game because it's been very cryptic so far.
I think that game is going to be that game either has the potential to be like a huge surprise to a lot of people or a complete pile of trash.
Yep, that was the vibe I got right away. Like this is
Yeah.
going to be special or it's going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah, I have hope because I think the lead writer or one of the lead writers on it is Gary Whitta, who did Rogue One and is responsible
Yep.
for a lot of other
Yes, you are
projects out there. But yeah, knowing his writing style, I'm confident in it. But we shall see. That's like soon, right? Isn't that March or April or something?
They
They
definitely
put a
gave
release
us the
date on it.
They put a date
Yeah.
on it. It was sooner than I thought it would be.
I want to say May. I think it's May. But
Okay.
Zach, can you confirm that?
I can take a look. I'm pretty sure it was May.
Yeah, but that'll be that should be interesting.
I mean, it looks
Yeah,
development's going great. because they showed it off at the very first PS5 reveal thing before it had a name. It was like Project
Oh
Happy or something.
yeah, I forgot.
And
about
it looked gorgeous. I was like, whoa, that's a little too good to be
Oh,
true.
I gotta go.
They're showing it off. Looks great.
Bye guys, I love you. I gotta go.
We'll catch you later,
All
man.
right,
Thanks for
Chris.
coming along
Thanks.
with us.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you, man.
May 24th, Forspoken.
May 24th. That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely. Chris has a point. Like the more they show it, the more I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know, but the fucking fantastical spells and movement alone have me like interested.
Yeah, absolutely. I am sure from a gameplay perspective, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Right, because it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like this fluid, freeform moving, almost Final Fantasy-ish kind of, overworld and spell casting and shit like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how the story lands. That's going to be what keeps people away from it if it's bad,
Yeah, I mean it's very much like an isekai story. So like, let's see how we do that without being weebs.
It could also be a fantastic and fun game to play, and then once you get your hands on it, it's a big old map with a million icons for you to go do over and over and over. So
I really hope not. We'll
I
see what
really hope
happens.
not as well. I hope not as well. Next up was Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2. Very, very Gears of War vibes. I don't know what I'm talking about here because
It didn't grab me at all. No
it had
interest.
that like overly fucking masculine big dudes kill aliens thing. I'm sure there's absolutely still
There's an audience.
an audience, yeah, for that. But again, that's Warhammer, and I don't really know much about Warhammer. Can't speak to it.
Same.
And I believe, did they show gameplay?
I don't think so. Wasn't it just
I know
a
they did.
cinematic?
They did. It was a cinematic, and then like the last minute was like a quick snippet of gameplay. No, it looked good. Looked fun. Looked like something you'd want to do with the boys. Next
Gotcha.
up was the new Saints Row.
Yeah, very excited. I remember
Okay.
hearing a while back that they were trying to be more serious with Saints Row. They were going to try to like push in on that serious GTA vibe, and I am just glad they didn't. I want Saints Row to be silly. It looks silly. It looks fun. Yeah, let's do it.
We'll definitely talk about it closer to when it's releasing, but like obviously there's just a ton of people who are pissed off that it doesn't look like Saints Row. It looks like hipster fucking neon weird this or that, and when they announced that they were delaying it 6 months, people were like, good, now you can go fix it and make it the way we want it. And they posted a Twitter response that was like, absolutely fucking not, we have our vision and we're putting this out.
Good.
Yeah, I know. It made, you know what? And that whole thing made me want to play the game even more. So
yeah,
fuck fucking haters. Fuck them. Yeah, that looks fun.
Like if I mean also you're gonna complain about neon. Did you not play the last couple like
It's
Saints
just
Row
the
games?
vibe
Like,
with the people with the funny hair and the crazy outfits, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is fucking millennial Zoomer, fucking blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah, have
shut
they not
up,
been playing the
shut
last
up."
couple Saints Row games? Like what? That's
Yeah, I think they just wanted, the classic fucking, Saints Row, just total schlop, thing back. But
yeah, I guess.
I think it looks like a Saints Row game. I don't know what people are on about, but we'll talk about it when that gets closer to release.
Yeah.
But I think it looks fun, and I will probably buy it day one, but we'll see.
That's gonna be
Next
one
up,
I'll sit on just to make sure, but I'm interested.
yeah. And I'll let you know, of course.
Yeah.
Because that could, oh man, if there's co-op, that'd be fun. Next up was Nightmare Before Christmas Fall Guys trailer.
I don't care about Fall Guys.
Me
It's
neither.
cute.
I get why people like it, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
it really, there's something about these games getting trailers during these huge presentations that I'm like, dude, like, how many people in this audience really give a fuck? Like, everyone's here for like these crazy reveals, and you're like, look, there's new Fall Guys skins.
That's the one.
New modes, new skins.
That's the one for the kids who are under their blanket right now because they're supposed to be in bed.
Maybe Fall Guys is you know. All right. Anyway, Dune Spice Wars is a PC game, so I'm not going to be able to play it when it even comes out. Early access is sometime in 2022, and it's a real-time strategy game, and I like those kinds of games, so I'm going to keep my eye on it. Like, that could be really cool. I don't really know how they're going to make it be like, oh, you like Dune, so you're going to like this game. I don't think that's going to be the thing, but using that universe as a backdrop could be cool.
I guess it didn't really do anything for me, but I'm sure it's gonna be it's gonna be worth looking into at the very least.
All right, next was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm curious how you feel about this because I haven't fucked with Borderlands in forever.
I skipped Borderlands 3. I was very excited for it until I started seeing some of the reactions come in, especially from diehard Borderlands fans. Totally skipped it. Decided maybe I'll play it one day. Who knows? Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I'm psyched for it. I don't know that I'll pick it up immediately, but I will definitely play it because I think the best DLC from Borderlands 2 was the Bunkers and Badasses DLC.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer interested me more than anything Borderlands related has in a while.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying something new, which is good because it's about time for Gearbox. Like they gotta step out of that comfort zone a little bit.
Exactly. And like
But
what really
people are
makes
gonna
a
get bored.
Borderland game is the voice cast. And they've got a
Right,
stellar voice cast lined up for Tiny Tina.
right. And I mean, like I'm kind of tired of the Borderlands like humor, but again, like this could be them really going for something different and drawing in the same audience, but also maybe someone like me who's been kind of tired of the Borderlands thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, so
Uh,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, I'll keep my eye on it. Just, but I don't know. Among Us VR reveal trailer.
I
Very
never
was
got into the Among Us craze, but I mean that's a
very.
super fun idea. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you should give people the option to. Okay, it's it's fine. The idea of Among Us is great. It's like a meme now. I get it, but like I don't know. If you try it out, you're like, ah, this is funny. It could be really fun with just all your friends, for sure. But that's all I'll say about that. Everybody knows Among Us. The fact that we even just spent almost a minute talking about it is bad. So let's go.
Okay, go on. Yeah.
Dope V music video reveal. That was the K-pop thing. That's apparently a game.
Uh the K-pop craze kind of went way over my head, and I was around for like the height of it, but it never really hit with me, so I don't really care.
I think it's definitely like aimed at younger people than me, and I think I'm the youngest on the crew. Well, no, technically Augie is, but our generation,
Yeah,
our subset of the generation.
it's not for us. I don't feel qualified to talk about it.
Right. Okay. Totally fair. I just didn't know that it was actually a game. I just thought it was a fun music video that a band did, but it's not. The music video was showing scenes from a game.
Right.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Okay, the next one was Steel Rising. Looked fucking sick. Again, it's just a cinematic trailer. We don't know what the game's gonna look like, play like, anything like that. But the style was fucking awesome.
I at first thought that we were looking at a new trailer for Liza P. And when
Hey,
I found out
yeah.
that's not what was happening, I was like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Tell me more. This looks fucking cool. This looks
As
really cool.
as soon as it had that like uh machine almost pull out like a trick weapon, I was like, holy shit, is this like a From Software thing? Like, but I was like, okay, never mind. But yeah, that looks so cool. That like almost like an alternate universe, revolutionary kind of thing, but there's machines like protecting rich people and also fighting for them and fighting each other, and that they're like made of clocks and shit. Looks so cool.
Yeah. Clockwork mannequins. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Give me
yeah.
more. I'm in.
Seriously, like that looks fucking awesome. But if we don't know anything else about it aside from that cool little trailer, so I can't
Yeah.
wait to talk more about that.
We'll see what happens. I can't wait to see some gameplay.
For sure. The next one was the Metal Hellsinger soundtrack trailer. They've been showing off this game a bit. It's like a metal, almost rhythm shooter, right? So you shoot on the rhythm of the music, and
I know nothing about this. I didn't even tweet about it while I was live tweeting last night. I no idea what it is.
so it's kind of got those Doom vibes where you're running around killing demons, but there are original metal songs by actual artists playing in the background, and you can only shoot to the beat of the song. So you might
Oh, so
pull
it's
out.
like Cadence of Hyrule. Uh
Right, but as
gun.
like a Doom arena shooter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
not
idea is really cool.
not for me. Very cool idea. I'm not gonna play it.
Like the vocalist for Lamb of God is doing it, so like I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Next up, Star Trek Resurgence. I don't know why. Really weird. Weird.
Yeah, no interest in Star Trek stuff.
No, like when's the last time they even tried to bring Star Trek to this medium? I don't know. Like what the fuck?
It's been a long time. I mean, I'm not surprised. They're pushing Star Trek on everything now. There's like 2 new Star Trek shows. I don't know whatever happened with Picard, but I mean, they're pushing Star Trek in every avenue they can. So of course there's going to be a video game.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Next up was Rumbleverse, which looked like a like, you know, Fortnite-y kind of deal, free to play.
Sure. Yeah, looks fun. Not sure it's my thing. Don't know if I'll check it out, but yeah, I mean, I could. You know what? I probably will check it out because yeah, it looks Fortnite-y, but it also looks like a fighting game. Like if you tell me there's an open world fighting game,
It's a battle royale.
yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot. Like there's no guns or anything. I just like go up to somebody and duke it out with abilities and shit. Yeah,
I imagine
okay.
it's like a battle royale, 40 player. They drop you in, and it's almost like a hero arena kind of deal where you
Mhm.
pick someone, and you have those abilities, and you fight them. So it could be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really burnt out on games like that. I don't know really like. I don't know if that'll ever be for me. I hate to be that way, but
No, I mean I'm typically the same way, but the idea of framing it as a fighting game works for me because I'm pretty deep into fighting games.
gotcha. So yeah, you check that out and you let us know how it is. That's
Yeah.
February 8th, so that's not long.
Speaking of verse, because every new IP has to have verse at the end of it. We didn't see anything for multiverses.
They probably just didn't have anything new to show.
That's kind of a bummer. I want to know
They're
more.
working hard on it, you know. And
I at least want a date on the beta. I want to know if
you
we're
also
getting
have
in
to
and when.
you have to think about it like this. Maybe they don't really have the kind of money or pull to be like, hey, can we be in the VGAs?
They have Warner Brothers money.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. Maybe Warner Brothers doesn't want to drop money on that.
I mean, given the number of IPs included, they're already dropping some money.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you're saying it, it is kind of weird because like, why the fuck wouldn't they? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. All
Whatever.
right, big
Off
one.
topic.
Big one. Next one, A Plague Tale Requiem. And dude, I literally got chills.
Yes.
I got fucking chills watching that.
Yes, I am.
And like,
hyped.
dude, Asobo like does not have much under their belt until Plague Tale came out, and they just kind of like blew it out of the fucking water, shocked everybody with that shit, and then they were like, "Up, we're doing a sequel," and it looks even better. That's crazy.
I'm always
Who
leery
are
when a
these
game.
people?
I'm always leery when a game with a really good ending is like, okay, we're doing a sequel. Like, do we need to continue this? Is this story over?
Right.
And from that trailer, I feel like this story has so much more to offer us.
Not only that, but like
I'm ready.
just how fucking gorgeous it is, and I guarantee they built this engine from the ground up, right? So
Oh yeah,
they're still using that engine, but it's so fucking polished. They must have started doing this as soon as they were done with Plague Tale.
definitely.
Like I don't even think they waited for reception. I think they were like, nope, let's do it. So yeah, that looks fucking insane. It looks great. Super excited for that. If anybody listening hasn't played a Plague Tale, do yourself a favor and do it.
Yeah, especially if you have PlayStation Plus, because they gave it out a while back, and it was, oh my god, I enjoyed
Oh yeah,
myself so thoroughly playing through it.
if you happen to grab it for free, you have literally no excuse, and I will find you. Next up is Dying Light 2 cinematic trailer. You know, like stop doing that. But anyway, I'm excited for it.
If what they're showing in that trailer translates to any kind of mechanics, I'm more interested in it than I was in Dying Light 1.
Yes. I don't know if I noticed anything that was distinctly different from Dying Light 1, but yeah, I mean that game's good. It's a great fun time. There's nothing to really dislike about it unless you don't like killing zombies and doing parkour. So, yeah, Dying Light 2. It's that's February as well, which is crazy. 'Cause that's been, you know,
It's a game.
development
Yeah.
hell, dude. Like, oh my god. So
That's
yeah,
what I was saying. February is a big month. A lot coming
big
out in
big
February.
month, and I'm definitely not going to play it because I'm definitely going to be playing Elden Ring, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Crossfire X, which was like a multiplayer action game shooter type deal.
Sure.
I don't really have anything to say about it, so I'm not even going to bother looking up who is making it or whatever. But it
Same.
looks very generic, very generic.
Yeah, nothing about the trailer grabbed me. Just no.
Gorgeous. I mean, but like I don't ever really try to give anything like points for just looking good, because you could just have a really good engine, a really good team of people making it, but the game could suck dicks. So let's move on.
Yep.
Blood Hunt. They showed that Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt, the battle royale game. They've been
Yeah.
showing this a lot actually, at a lot of things.
There's a lot of. I know there's a lot of story behind what happened to Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know if Blood Hunt is where they eventually ended up, or if it's just we have to do something with this IP, so let's do something. Either
By the latter.
way, yeah. Either way, I think the idea behind it is solid. Like, who doesn't want to run around in a world like as a vampire, murdering other vampires and sucking down people's blood? Like, it's a cool concept and it looks cool. I don't know that I'll ever play it, but if people enjoy it, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean the fluidity of the gameplay looked really nice. If there's a nice loop there, like I'll definitely check it out. And I'm not a big multiplayer
Yeah.
guy, so
As somebody who has to be pretty choosy about what he plays, because I've got a family. I really only get to play uh, an hour in the morning, and then maybe if I'm lucky, some more at night. But I have to be pretty picky about the games I pick up. I don't think this is going to be one that I would dump too much time into.
right. Unless suddenly people are like, you have to play this. It's so fun.
Yeah, I would need some pretty crazy groundswell to come up and like really have people dig this game for me to devote any time to it.
Yeah. Next up was GTFO, which is a survival horror shooter that it's been in early access for a while. 2 years. That's right, 2 years. So, I mean, it's out. Finally out. I don't know much about it. I was around and keeping an eye on it back when it was first announced because I love me some scary co-op shooters. But I would have to look at like critical reception to really get a handle on what kind of game you're looking at.
Same. I haven't played a shooter since Resident Evil Village, so if I hear that it's good and it's something you in particular get interested in and really spend some time with, I will check this out.
Yeah, and it says survival horror, so if it really is, like conserving ammo and trying to keep the lights on and shit like that, I could get into that, but I'll reserve judgment. Then they showed the Halo TV show trailer. I don't know. People could be excited about that. I really don't care. I'm playing Halo Infinite right now, and I'm really, really liking it. But
I'm probably not going to watch it, but all I
no,
thought the
yeah,
entire time I was watching the trailer was that I don't know that you have watched this or seen any of his stuff really aside from what I've shown you, but Brian David Gilbert did a whole Unraveled about the Halo lore and the Halo novels, and the whole time I was just thinking, oh hey, it's that Halo series Brian David Gilbert was talking about. Cool. I hope he likes it.
that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Seems a little late, but maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe with the revival with Halo Infinite and the reception being so good for that game, that this is the perfect time to do it. But Halo's been around forever, and they just now made a TV show, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think like The Witcher's like the only show to ever really make a good video game show, but okay. And that's debatable.
I don't know that that's true. Have you watched cartoons? Because Kirby Right Back at Ya is a damn fun cartoon.
You know what I'm talking about, dude. Like live
Yeah,
action.
I know what you're talking about.
It's gonna be a fucking Mass Effect show too. Like what the? I don't get it. Oh shit! Right. The next one, which is why we were all here, was the Elden Ring cinematic trailer.
Yep, I just like I told you I was going to. I've watched it 5 more times.
I also watched it a couple more times this morning.
It's still nonsense, and I don't care. I am so hyped for Elden Ring,
Dude,
and
it's like
honestly,
FromSoft, I don't know how they do it, but they just like put together lines of dialogue that they don't mean anything to you, and I'm like getting chills over here. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of it means, and I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
As cool as the trailer was, I don't think anything made me more hype for some Elden Ring than seeing Pop Boy come out on the stage.
That was something else. Like, I
Our
already know.
our
I
new
know
big
Jeff.
boy came out.
I know Jeff Keighley totally, like, he's like on the Elden Ring subreddit and shit, and like has been kind of interacting with those people since, like, the game was announced, because he's like that. So that whole Pop Boy thing was very much him being like, yeah, dude, like FromSoft, Elden Ring, you already know, like I'm all about this shit. So that was cute.
Yeah.
I will say that scene where her arm like has a sword shooting out of it, and then he breaks her sword arm, and she just grabs the sword with her other arm out of midair and goes right at him. That was some fucking awesome shit. Like, I love the way they do this kind of stuff.
But you know what's great is
It's
that
so
even
anime.
though
It's so berserk,
oh, it
dude. It's
is.
just berserk. Like,
And you just know that that's actually going to happen when you fight her. You know what I
that's gonna be
mean?
like her fucking
that.
second or her final phase.
Yeah. Like the shit that's in the cinematics is like, oh, it's like what we were talking about before. Oh, that's just cinematics. Yeah, sure, but FromSoft is the kind of studio that will absolutely use that in the fight, and you won't be ready for it.
Definitely. I'll be shocked. Next was Synced Off-Planet gameplay trailer. Companion shooter. I'm like blanking. I don't remember. Oh, okay, yeah. This was the one where the person's arm, like, they could like throw it and it became a companion that helped you fight.
I actually didn't see this one. Evie was having some trouble getting to sleep, so I had to peace out after Elden Ring.
Gotcha. It's like this person has like this like metal thing on their arm that like detaches and turns into a ball, like a Pokemon. And they throw it, and then a certain beast builds itself out of that thing that they threw and helps you fight. I believe it was gameplay. It looked cool. I don't know who's making it, who's developing it, or what's going on with it, but I'll definitely keep an eye on it, because I like that idea.
Keep me in the loop. Let me know what you think, and I'll check it out from there.
And we'll go from there. ARC Raiders reveal trailer, free to play co-op shooter again.
No,
From
I'm good.
the developers of Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront. Interesting.
Here's the thing: anything you talk about after showing some Elden Ring footage is just like, who cares?
Dude, I know. Like, so my bet was that we were going to get it as the final thing, and I think they should have done that, but whatever.
I can't believe the actual final thing was. Like,
And
I don't know why.
Something we need to keep in mind when we're talking about Elden Ring is that we're still in a minority of players, but Elden Ring just so happens to be one of the most, like, it's what is really turning people on, right? So those people are being really loud. There are probably more people than we could even imagine who see Elden Ring come up in one of these like gaming shows, and they're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I don't do RPGs. I'm tired of hearing about Dark Souls. Like, there's a lot of those people.
But at the same time, Elden Ring's going to have further reach than anything From Software's done because George R.R. Martin's attached to it.
Which is why they're definitely like hyping it up so much.
Right.
I would have liked it as their final reveal, but I get why it's not.
I'm willing to bet an entire subsection of those people you just mentioned are more interested because he had a hand in it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that dude, when they advertised his name, that's why they're doing it, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then the final thing was the Matrix Awakens reveal trailer, which is out now, by the way. You can that Matrix Unreal 5 experience is out on PS5 right now, and Xbox. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. It's making me want to go rewatch all the Matrix movies just to like dial in. But,
well, don't forget, if you rewatch the Matrix movies, you also have to watch playthroughs of the game and the online game because all of it's canon.
Yeah, really, dude. And the animated films.
Well, the animated films are a delight to watch. Let's not complain about watching.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I did watch someone earlier this morning because I missed this part. I kind of tapped out after Elden Ring, but I watched somebody play through some of the Unreal 5 experience, and it's really just, it's like you just kind of watch it basically. You kind of play it, but you watch it, and it's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous. Unreal Engine 5 is a big deal. Developers are going to be making some crazy shit with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say about that. Hell of a
Oh, and
show.
remember, you remember when they ended the show by saying, "And here's a look at Abandoned."
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, if only, just so I can forget about that forever.
I already have. Abandoned
I already have.
was and is a scam, and it got a lot of people's hopes up for next to nothing. And a lot of people say, "Oh, well, like you got your own hopes up about it. We don't know what it is." Like, no, they knew what they were doing. They knew that they were misleading people.
Yes, there
They
was intent.
specifically
There was intent.
they specifically did it that way. No. It's I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think the theories about that studio being essentially one giant scam that never actually puts anything out is true. I think that's what's going to happen.
I think it would be really fun to have a discussion about this. Not right now, obviously, but with like Matt, because we can all just bombard Matt with all this information and be like, "What do you think?" You know? Like,
I mean,
'cause
I brought him
it's
into it a little
fucking
bit.
whirlwind. It's a whirlwind, dude. Like,
It would be fun. It would be fun to just throw that at him.
it's
Let's get a few drinks in him first, and then we'll throw that
right.
at him.
It's like a suspense film. We're gonna be like, "But wait, there's more. Listen to this shit." And he's gonna be like, "No way."
Further.
Anyway, yeah, I thought the show was overall pretty good.
Absolutely.
Showing off more Elden Ring shit was like a given. Like I was like, yeah, that's gonna be awesome if I see that. It's not gonna make it my favorite show or VGA ever or anything, but fucking sick. Real glad about that. And we got some great reveals.
I feel like we came out of it with some solid games to look forward to, which is really all you can ask for. Like I'm thoroughly happy with
Like
having stayed up to watch that.
Indie devs, AA devs, AAA devs, like a lot of cool shit coming out.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's good time. I was glad we got Chris to talk with us for like over half of this. That was nice.
Absolutely. I'd like to have him on the channel as much as he's willing to sit in with us.
When time
so yeah,
time allows, yeah.
Yeah, just a shout out and another thank you to Chris Shriver from the Platformers. Check out their podcast. Not that you're even listening to us right now, so the fuck you're gonna find them from us. But
we'll leave the links in the Twitter in the description.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's really all I got to say. Game awards are fucking stupid, and you shouldn't ever value the art based on what journalists think. But those reveals were very cool.
Them trailers, though.
All
right. So I guess signing off from Square Table Gaming. You got Zach and Jesse, and we'll hit you at the next one.
Guys, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Oh, like and subscribe. See ya.